Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix General 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Okay, so what do we have? Remove the unused WWUtil library. That has passed everything. Yeah, looks like we can just merge this guy. So this guy goes there, here, edit. Okay. Then we do a squash and merge. Remove the unused. Okay. Confirm squash and merge. Okay. Okay. That's good. Then we go to here, fetch and prune all remotes. Okay, delete. Okay. Then how about next we look at done. Making the weapon speed of the red guard. Synchronize game audio and Miles audio. Backport audio event info from 0 hour. Synchronize. Commit 3 of this change reports appears to error. Is this change meant to be merged with rebase or not? Commit 3 of this change appears to error. Number 3. Reduce this from critical to minor as it does not affect the game when running with the memory pool based memory manager. So it's not a bug, not as in retail. It only affects the null. Yeah. That is good to hear. Yes. Yes, please. Well, don't need to reply really. By the way, it doesn't need to be marked as executable. How about we add a new label for crash. Let's pick a nice label. Color. Crash. Yeah, this one looks good. Crash. This is a crash bug. Okay. And how about we rename the bug thingy? Where's it? We have so many labels already. Here, bug. How about we rename this to vanilla bug? Vanilla bug. Vanilla bug. Let's call it retail bug. Retail bug. And then we add a new label, bug. And we pick the same retail bug. Bug specific, bug introduced by this project, bug introduced by this project. Bug. Something is not working right. Then how about retail bug? Something is not working. Original bug in the retail versions bug present in the retail versions. Well, from retail, bug in retail versions, version, bug, yeah. Let me see. Then we should review label vanilla bug. No, what retail bug? Retail bug. Actually, I wonder. Maybe it shouldn't be retail bug. Maybe we should do. Maybe we should. Maybe bug should remain bug. Retail bug. Retail bug. Edit bug. Something is not working right. Compile bug. I wonder. Maybe we should have a label for retail, but then we need to add it to so many reports. Is it worth it? I don't know. Not sure. Wow, you can click a button and convert everything to discussions. Jesus Christ. change was reverted by another change. Was reverted by another change. Okay. Okay. So I think we need to take a look at some reviews here. Let's see. We have way too many open. 11 of these are from Helmut. Okay. Let's take a look at this guy here. Okay, this adds a define enable fake IP, which can be used to build in a way that allows multiple instances to run on the same computer and connect to each other as if the instances connect in a LAN. Preview video. Jesus Christ, looks like he uses Win debug, right? What is this editor here? What is this? His screen is very small. Okay. Okay. Okay, we have 3 commits. Fix wrong, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Good, let's see. The following define controls whether fake IPs are enabled. If it's enabled, it changes the behavior of the game in some ways. The game can be started multiple times on the same machine. It can be called with a command line fake IP1 or some other number, assigning it a fake IP. Multiple instances of fake IPs can communicate with each other on the same machine, as if they are communicating in a LAN. The replay is saved to a separate file. If you want to use this debug network functionality on a single computer, you can enable this define and start the game multiple times. Oof. Warning, if this define is set, even if no fake IP is supplied, all network communications works internally via broadcast, not just in the lobby room. So it's 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Disconnect from your network while using this. The network protocol becomes incompatible with the original. Okay, so on first sight, I can already tell this is way too complicated. The way this is supposed to be used is not good. All right. The way this should be implemented is that you simply you simply execute 2 generals.exes and it just works. That's the way it's supposed to work, and not here this mumbo jumbo with command line arguments and what yeah, here with command line this that's not good. I don't like it. Good. So what do we have? Enable fake IP. In fake IP mode, we send the involved IPs directly with the network packets. What? If fake IPs are enabled, the message format changes. Fake IP. The fake IP number. It's quite involved. There's a lot of if-defs, right? With fake IPs, we allow multiple instances. Yeah, create mutex. Generals is already running Bayer. Jesus Christ. The way this is written is so stupid. Because, yeah, every time they catch, like... every time they catch a place where they want to shut it down, they need to go through all this hassle here. That's so stupid. And here it does more. Set foreground, show window. Very strange. Fake IPs are enabled. It changes the behavior of the game. The game can be started with multiple times. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is straightforward. So we don't have the mutex, so it doesn't exit on launch. Fair enough. Okay. It can be called with the command line fake IP1. Good. Assigning it a fake IP. Multiple instances with fake IPs can communicate with each other on the same machine. The replay is saved to a separate file for each instance. Yeah, okay. The log file one is created is also saved with the IP name and the file name. So if you want to use this to debug network functionality on a single computer, you can enable this define. We need to yeah, let's try to understand what's going on here. So in the recorder, he just appends the fake IP here to the replay. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fake IP, is this just any number? How's this used then? Fake IP. Local IP. Allow packets from any IP. This one here looks fishy, doesn't it? maybe. So I think this fake IP, the fake IP should be guided by the instance that is open. So if you have one, the first instance has this IP, the next instance has a slightly different IP, but it just does it automatically, right? So this way we get rid of the command line arguments, right? And then the next question is, how do we get rid of a bunch of stuff here that is maybe not necessary? To me, I don't fully understand it yet, but to me it looks like there's maybe some stuff that can be simplified. This one here is good. No, what is it? Yeah, this is good. Yeah. Yeah. This is also convenient, yeah. This one is also necessary, yeah. Otherwise, both clients would write to the same replay. This we can then get rid of. This can be removed. This one we need to keep. Yeah. We need to send the involved IPs directly with the network packets. We send the involved IPs directly. Is this necessary here? If we can get rid of this, then this could be removed here. The only downside then is that this would allow players to connect to retail players with multiple clients, which is not so great. But on the other hand, it would allow a tester to use two clients and still connect with some real other peer, right? That doesn't have this debug enabled. Yeah, can we get rid of this transport message header? CSC magic from to. To header 2 is not local IP and it's not -1. It's to filter. It's to filter the packets. So it says if header from incoming message, header from to address. Enable fake IP. Initialize, okay. Local IP. Header to is not local IP. Continue. Okay, and so -1 is like a broadcast message, the way I understand it here. What is it? Q send. So -1 has a special meaning, which is undocumented. Maybe that should be a name. This -1 should be a name. This -1 should be named for broadcast. Then the comments can be removed. Yeah. Allow broadcasts. What is this function? Allow broadcasts. Allow broadcasts. Why is this called here? What does this do? Transports. Okay. So this local IP thing already exists, yeah? Transports. No, it's new. Need to know our own IP when using fake. Oh. Okay. Okay, so if it's not the local IP and it's not a broadcast message, then we continue down here, reading the packets. Yeah, what do we do here? Incoming message header from. What is done with that then? We don't know. In buffer. Aha. It just overwrites this one here. In buffer. Yeah. Address. Header. Header 2. What is the difference between this address and these here? Ah, this header. This header refers to this here, to our own message. Okay. And this address must refer to the address. Let me search for this. Out buffer, transport message. Here, address. Okay, how's it used? You know what? How about we fake IP. Fake IP EA. Fake IP EA. Let's rebase it. Probably has been a while. Oh, actually it did work. Yeah, actually, no, I think it's fine. Good. So, so this address in buffer. Ah, shit. This address, please. Enable fake IP. Broadcast it. So this -1. Buffer. Can't we just listen with the other client to a different port? Like have one client listen to this one port and the other to another port. Same IP address. Wouldn't that work? Or does that not work? They need to have different IP? Okay, let me search for all fake IP thingies. Yeah, there are quite a few, yeah. Okay, so here he sets it. Let me set that to 1. Yeah. Okay, so here. Yeah, so my hope is that maybe we can get rid of this stuff. Maybe simply by using a different port. Then we could avoid this here. Then we can avoid this because here we just have a different port. Then here we would just use different number here. Different port. Then we can get rid of this, as I said. And this one. And this. And we can Yeah, this one still looks useful. This one also wouldn't need changing. This one would not be need changing. Then here we would check. Well, we simply wouldn't listen to a different port. So we wouldn't receive a package from a different port. But maybe this only connects to one specific port. Bind port. Bind port. Packets from any IP. Allow packets from any IP. Where's this called? It seems dangerous, this thing, doesn't it? It seems dangerous that that you read anyone's packets. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, this is, yeah. Reloads. Yeah, to me, it sounds like that one client should send his traffic on the one port, and then the other client reads the traffic from that port that it's sent to, and vice versa. So both clients have the same IP, but they use different ports. Yeah. I would think that this works. And then we wouldn't need to fake the IP. We just have different ports. Yeah. And hopefully that will work. Yeah. 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 I'm not 100% sure. But to me it sounds weird to do it this way here. I don't know. Port. Okay. Okay, but it's a good starting point to test this. Yeah. So I would say I would say, yeah, I would say we simply set different parts. Yeah, we try that way. So this part, bind open spare socket. Port. Opens the socket for communication on a specified port. Open spare socket. Port. Transport port. Port. Who's calling this? Resolve IP. Port in it. Stop. Maybe I should set a breakpoint here and debug. Could not bind. Huh, it already tries different bindings here. Look at that. It already binds different ports. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mutate the port. What? Huh? What does it do here? Why? It keeps on trying, but it's blocking. Huh? Why? Huh? Does this happen on the thread? I hope it does. This looks like a busy wait here. Oh, Jesus. So it will try to bind to this one specific port. So what we could do here is, we could say if it fails here, it could bind to a different port, wherever that was. Huh? Here. Yeah, but no, that's not necessary. We just have it. We just start with a different port to begin with. Yeah. So if we put a breakpoint here, let me see where this starts with. Configuration manager. Okay. Okay, let's see when this hits. So multiplayer network. Aha, there we go. Call stack. Init. Lobby port, okay. 8086. 8086. Okay. 8086. So this UDP sock, that's only for the lobby, right? Allow broadcast. Init, allow broadcast. It's only ever set to true. Set local IP. Transport. The transport layer handles UDP sockets for the game and will packetize and depacketize multiple egg command packets into larger aggregates. We only ever allocate one of there, and it is quite large, so we don't want it to be a memory pool object. Is it large? Oh, looks like it's large. Yeah, I'm UDP socket. So there's only one UDP stream to rule all messages. Is that right? Could be. Could be. So, could be. Yeah. Maybe this works. The way it works is it just listens to one port, but to all IPs on this port. Could that be? Yeah. My expectation was that we have multiple UDP streams and we establish one for each peer. Yeah. There's an address here, import. Right, address port. Right. Port, what is this doing? 2 port. Okay, it still gives a different port here. IP. Okay, so there is actually, there's still something going on. There's one UDP stream, but we still talk to different ports, maybe. But maybe it's always the same port. Not sure. Yeah, okay, let's study this next session a bit more. Take a break here. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah. If commit number 3 fails to compile on its own, then it cannot be merged with rebase. To me, the agents could look better. How about we copy channels to 0? Zero hour changes more. Gen code isn't compatible with 0. Okay. 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 Well, if that's the case, then so this only affects this one function, right? If we can find Jesus. How big is this function? Shader class apply. There we go. Good, then okay, then it's bring shader class apply more in line with 0 hour. Okay. Proof. There we go. Off we go. Okay. The initial length of 100 is defined in that. That took me some digging, which I assume we don't want to change. Okay. Create a list box with 0 element goes out of the window. Initial length is 100. Okay. Okay, that means you can... if the initial size is already controllable by replay menu .wnd, why change the behavior in code then? Why do we need to change the behavior in code then? To me, it sounds like the easier fix would be to simply edit replay menu WD and set this number to, I don't know, 500 or 800 or so, whatever. That would be the cleaner change. Yeah. It's also more in line with how we increase the sizes of other things, like the map list, for example. It's the same way, where I think the game sets it to 100. The retail game has it set to 100, and you can increase that to much more. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. Then I will take a break here. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time, goodbye.